I'll bring us in, but you drive the show. Sure. We're live. All right, we're at Barber Motorsports Park. Right here, it's an Indy racing weekend, the Honda Indy Grand Prix of Alabama, presented by our friends at America's First Federal Credit Union. We'll populate here and get going. We're going to be here for 90 minutes or so on a beautiful, picturesque postcard afternoon. And I'll tell you, when you drive onto the property, it always amazes me how green it looks. I mean, you sit here and you run cars around this place year round with races both with the open wheels, sports cars, motorcycles. Every event that comes in here, the Porsche driving school, and everything still looks so brand new and so green. I'm so amazed at how the property really does. It looks like the Augusta National of race courses.
It's almost like they put George Toma on, right?
What?
George Toma, the
old
Super
Bowl guy.
Yeah, the guy that used to
guy,
he fixed all the fields.
Yeah.
But you're right, Dunaway. I mean, it doesn't miss a beat. It doesn't matter what time of year you're out here. It's always so well manicured. One thing I was wondering, pulling up, all the people already camping out. This is such an international sport. And let's just say that the SEC ran their different rides over in, London and Barcelona and just all over Europe. We'd have fans that would travel. Do you think some of these are European fans camping out?
Oh, I think some come over for this and just make a couple of weeks of it on the Indy Series. But you're right. If we were we were not separated by a mighty ocean, this would be, I think, the talk of open wheel racing with the European fans. And the ones that do come over here, I think they go back home and they talk about what a beautiful location the Barber Motorsports Park is, right here just outside of Birmingham, Alabama, as you watch us on this special edition of the next round. It's our live show. We kick off every year the Indy Grand Prix of Alabama, presented by Honda and our friends at America's First Federal Credit Union out here. And this sort of starts the weekend of festivities. Campers are rolling in. In fact, LT and I watched, I believe, the entire field pull their trucks in while they stopped us on the drive-in traffic lights. The entire field. So there was Penske, all the Penske trucks, all the Ganassi trucks.
This was the NFL. All 32 teams came rolling in.
The draft. We were the Dolphins and the Rams. We were sitting there watching everyone else pick in the first round until the guy said, "You guys drive on to your parking space." Right. LT went. I followed him in. He's in a beautiful Porsche from. They thought he was here to race. The folks at Exclusive Auto Wholesale. And I'm in the Alfa Romeo from our friends over at Alfa Romeo over. Right. And so we're rolling in, and it does feel very natural here that you're in the Porsche and I'm in the Alfa Romeo. We're driving in. You saw me in the left lane, right? Yep. And you were in the right lane.
You were going to go the wrong way.
I was hoping you were going to go left, because that's where we are right here. We'll go right around this turn, and that's going to be the out. But I was like, well, maybe LT knows something. I don't know. I'll go with. Thank you to all the kind folks with Indy Racing over the Prudential area that got us out here today, our time. We're here for the next 90 minutes. Brownie, who is continuing to plug and wire. This is a pain, is what it is. To get it hooked up. We also got to say notice a few guys who are joining us on Twitter who send us an asking. We'll get on that. But first, let's talk about Indy Racing. The festivities out here, Lennon, will include Tim Tebow as the Grand Marshal. We talked about Tim Tebow earlier today on the show, not about Indy racing, not about his off-the-field stuff, but as he is one of, if not the best coach-quarterback combination in college football history with Urban Meyer down in Florida.
Well, look, I mean, Tebow won one Heisman, right, his sophomore year.
One Heisman.
I think he was at 3 Heisman ceremonies. He won 2 national championships, and he was just completely dominant. Even in that first year where Chris Leak was the quarterback in Urban Meyer's first national champion, he was a big part of that offense.
And in fact, the year he didn't win the Heisman or the national championship, they at least were in the SEC championship game with a chance to go to another national championship when they lost to Alabama in 2009. So the guy was around championships and major trophies, and he gets to come out here and be the Grand Marshal. Now he gets to do a lot of cool things in the role of Grand Marshal out here this weekend. I think one of them is to drop the green flag when they come rolling around to start the race, the Honda Indy Grand Prix of Alabama on
You think
Sunday.
he gets to wave the green?
I do. I think he gets to lean over and wave the green. Here, on a road course, I think you're standing down just on the near pit road. I think that's where you'll wave the green. I think I don't want to speak out of turn here, but I think we go from a stop to.
No, I think you're right. They
yeah.
do. They go from a stop, you wave the green. I think that's it. Yeah. Like F1 does.
I think so. I believe so. Anyway,
I think you're right about that.
he gets to do that. The cool little. If you're a video game fan, it's usually a woman in a very bikini or a very tight dress or some.
Well, when you were racing for Pinks, what did she drop? Did she just have a handkerchief?
Yeah.
And she just throw it like that?
I always pictured it being,
or did she drop something?
I always pictured it being her bra.
Yeah, it could have been.
That she does one of these and pulls it out of her arm, hangs it up, and drops it down.
I'm trying to think about. I did finally watch Fast and Furious, and I forgot what they dropped at the start.
In that series, you never know. So Ask Us Anything will be part of what we're doing out here. But not only is Tim Tebow here this weekend, so too are the fastest drivers in open wheel racing. That includes Helio Castroneves, who's a 4-time Indy 500 winner. It includes Jimmy Johnson, who you NASCAR fans remember is old 7-time NASCAR Cup champion, who's now trying to be successful over here in open wheel racing. And so you have a lot of fans who know both of those folks, and they know Tim Tebow. So there's a little bit of everything out here. And just a little history of this event. If you've never been out here before, you see these hills that are behind us. The track is, I'd say about 500 yards.
Yeah, I think you can kind of see it. It's over. I'm going to lean away from Lance, and you can see it just kind of between Lance and
That's the entrance to the pit.
Yeah.
And also one of the many turns out here on the road course. But over there in the racing is a lot of hills like you see right here, natural grandstands, if you will, God's grandstands, where you can sit on the grass and picnic and not even have to sit in a seat. You just sort of throw out a blanket, bring your wine and cheese, and enjoy an afternoon.
I've done it. I've done it multiple times.
Watching the cars roll around. They got a kids area over there with rides and all sorts of snacks, and you can come out here. Unfortunately, I think I'm right about this. The Sunday tickets are sold out. But still some tickets available for Saturday, IndyAlabama.com, IndyAlabama.com. But this is a popular event.
Yeah.
So if you don't have tickets for Sunday this year, remember that you wanted to come and you didn't buy a ticket in time. So make plans for next year, 2023, when Indy comes back here to Barber, and you go IndyAlabama.com for the 2023 tickets. So you've got yours in hand, but still some tickets for the weekend availability Friday and Saturday. We always tell you, the museum's out here too. The Barber Motorsports Museum with the biggest, largest, and most unique collection of motorcycles in all of the world, not in Alabama, not in the U.S., in all of the world, the largest museum collection of motorcycles right here at Barber Motorsports Park. And you can see that while you're on property too. It's an amazing place. And a lot of people in our area forget or don't remember or never knew that it's right here outside of Birmingham. And I guess this is officially Leeds, Alabama, or is it between Birmingham and Leeds? Or is it officially Birmingham?
When you come in, you enter the Birmingham city limits.
Yeah.
So I'm going to assume there was some political wrangling there.
I was always a belief that they should have called this just Barber, Alabama.
Well, it could be.
And
I mean, Disney had that title for a little bit.
Yep. I just think it should be Barber, Alabama.
Like Ron DeSantis shut that down recently.
Yeah, I think you're right. I never ate my banana either.
But I've got no problem with this being Barber, Alabama. I'll tell you, that museum, I've taken little man multiple times. We spent 4 hours in there one day because what's so fascinating is there's a story with every single motorcycle in there.
It really is. So that's some of the stuff. We'll recap that for you a couple of times over the next 90 minutes. But Brownie's going to start us off here. Ask us anything. You can jump on at Next Round Live on Twitter, at Jim Dunaway, at Ryan Brown, WJOX, at The Lance Taylor. Rockstar will be with us tonight for our NFL draft show at Baumhauer's on Highway 31 in Vestavia. For Brownie, lead us through some of these questions as we answer them as you guys send them in.
So, Royal Pain, question for you guys. Now that you own your own content, would you consider some various oral history podcasts for posterity? Examples: Wimp Knows So Much, The History of Birmingham Radio with Herb Winches, and you guys. I've been thinking of this since Cecil passed. So we had talked about, obviously, and we're going to do this, the oral history of our show.
You keep saying we're going to do this. I mean, this is a. I mean, this
Why,
project.
why do you have to be like this?
No, I'm just saying that this project is a. I mean, I picture this project the way you've described it as being. I don't think it's one of those things that we can do in a year. I think it'll take longer than a year to put together.
Well,
do you think that?
What? No, a year?
A year. This will be almost like a movie.
I think we could do it in 3 1-hour installments.
I don't know. How do you envision it, Jim?
Well, I envisioned it.
I think you and I have a different vision of this.
Many chapters, many episodes of the history of the show.
Yeah.
Like one episode would be the day we almost left Jocks.
Well, that was going to be one of them. Yeah.
That's
obviously the day we actually left Jocks is going to be another one.
That'd be another one.
Well, no, I thought it would be the origination of the show.
Yeah.
And just some of the interesting moments. Part 1. Part 2, the day we almost left Jocks. The day Feinbaum left Jocks.
Uh-huh.
And then how we came up with the idea, how we finally left terrestrial radio. And then part 3 would be the transition out of terrestrial radio to what we're doing now.
And that's it?
Yeah. I mean, if you wanted to simplify and make it 3 hours.
See, I wasn't thinking simple. I thought this would be a long form where we had multiple episodes, like 11,
how many parts? You had an 11 episode.
18.
Wow.
I mean,
18.
It could be, one of them could be our memories, relationship, and years with Barkley.
I don't know. I was listening to a true crime podcast on the way to beach. It was called Culpable.
Hey, somebody, I think it was Milkman, suggested that one on Twitter one day.
Man, I mean, look, it was interesting for like 3, and then I was like, I am done with this.
Yeah, so he said it was really good. All right, there's one that highlights a murder in Walker County. I brought it up on the air. I think you were gone. Oh, you were there?
I was there.
Yeah, but I hated the way it ended. So I'm going to tell you, don't waste your time. But it was a Walker County murder. I can't remember the name of it.
Even the most popular of all time, S-Town, it took a nosedive after a certain pinnacle, in that podcast.
But how long do you see the episode being?
I think 3 hours we could do it. I mean, I could be completely wrong.
3 different 1-hour episodes.
Or 6 30-minute episodes.
It'd be hard for me to sit and listen to anything for an hour.
Well, you want to do 18 of these things.
18, 20 to 30-minute things.
That's a lot.
That's 9 hours of content.
That way you skip over the things you don't care about. Like, I don't care about when Feinbaum left Jocks because he came back. I wouldn't care about that.
Well, on that, while we're on that, boy, our camera just irised up. It was an automatic iris Dunaway. I don't know how to fix that, but it's super bright right now. You remember what you did earlier? Yeah, Jim's going to go fix it. This is the high quality stuff you guys tune in for. That helped. Do it again. There you go. That is better.
Yeah, it is
we're back.
better.
Yeah. Just iris back up. I think we're going to fight that the rest of the show.
It's bright out here.
Yeah, it is bright out here. People just going to have to deal with it. Sorry, guys. Sorry, it looks like we're sitting on the face of the sun, but we're kind of sitting on the face of the sun. I mean, it's really nice where we are. Boy, this weather is fantastic. Chris said, boy.
Chris said what?
Hang on. I'm trying to get back to this. I got to dig back in these things. What year did you guys, Cody asked, what year did you guys almost leave Jocks? So let's don't go too much into it. I don't want to give everything away, but that was 2012.
We were coming back.
Yeah, it's 2012.
We were coming back from New Orleans.
Yep.
The Alabama LSU National Championship game when we became free to negotiate.
Yeah, 2012 was that year, and we'll tell the whole story. Jeff B. says Jimmy D wants War and Peace documentary. He does.
I just think it should be broken down into episodes for doing the history of the show.
Well, I
mean, it doesn't even have to be one season. It could be season 2, season 3.
Oh, yeah. We need cliffhangers.
Goose says, I want to know about part 3 because there was a short period where you guys just disappear without explanation. That is true.
Yeah. And there was a lot of stuff going on for those 2 months we disappeared.
Yeah.
That's why I think part 3, the transition of coming out, some of the interesting meetings we had.
Right.
Coming out of terrestrial radio.
Yeah.
Yes, to be fair.
Coming out of the womb.
How long before you left WJOX did you guys know you were going to do this? No, we knew that before we left WJOX.
Yeah, we wouldn't have left one.
That's right.
Without knowing we were doing this.
Yeah. That was something we knew.
Yeah.
Riley says, don't put a time limit on it, just do it. that's kind of the way I envisioned it. Is have we were going to have a. I can't believe we end up talking about this every time we do one of these.
Yeah. So you're talking about just format it, do it, and however long it is, it is.
Yeah, my idea was, all right, let's all put stuff in the hat. The four of us put stuff in the hat that we have to cover. And Lunsford can throw it in, and Reed, and Scott Forster's only been with us for a little bit, so he may have some stuff. But everybody just throw into the hat. This is something we've got to cover in this, and then we cover it, and we just see how long it is. I don't know. We'll probably mess it up if I have to guess. Gary says make it a 4-hour pre-recorded show and take a summer day off.
Summer week off or summer day?
Well, 4-hour pre-recorded. I don't know. I kind of like it being separate.
See, with mine, we could do 18 episodes and take a week off.
That's true.
That's true. The way Dunaway did
call it
it.
a vacation. No, mine aren't that long.
Yeah.
And see, I think that's where you get lost in the weeds when you do a big, long one. I like breaking them down and we get, having a nice, tight little story, man.
Let's see.
Put a little music in it.
TJ says, are we ever going to revisit the trash story about the mariachi band? I never heard it, but I heard the tales of it for years. Well, unfortunately, we no longer own that audio. It was fantastic.
No, but I bet we could find that story again.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
So, what we ought to do, another one of these, maybe a mystery fifth hour, is to go back. We all kind of brainstorm on the best trash stories, repull those, and do our best
join us at Baumhauer's about 5:30ish or so. And yeah, we'll keep it going.